Hey everybody. I got really bored, so I decided to go ahead and do another video. Um, this one I was realizing stuff that I didn't say that I wanted to in my first one about me, and also wanted to touch on telling how, like, kind of how to tell your family and friends that you're pregnant. Um, the first thing that I was going to talk about though is I was saying in my first episode how it's a lot easier for me to be a teen mom than some girls, and the reason I was saying that is because I have the best family you could ever have. Like, um, whenever I got pregnant, me and my husband were we'd actually broken up. We've been together since I was 13, and stayed together until I was 15, broke up for a year, then got back together, and about a month later, I got pregnant with Emery. And, like I said, I was 16 at the time, and, and I don't think, Adam, my husband, was working then, and we were just, like, completely broke, living in a trailer, and all that good stuff. And, we had to tell my parents that I was pregnant, and my mom actually took it a lot better than my dad, because my mom had my oldest brother Neil whenever she was a teenager, like 15 or 16, I don't remember. I know my dad was 15 when she got pregnant. And then also my aunt, she was a teen mom also. I don't even remember how old she was when she had her oldest son. But, so I guess you say it kind of runs in my family to be a teen mom. But, so my mom has been through a lot of it, and, just was completely there to support me. And I couldn't even tell my dad because I love my dad so much, and he's kind of old fashioned. So I couldn't even do it. I just sat on my parents' bed beside my mom just crying, and Adam was just sitting there looking at me like I was an idiot. So he finally just blurted it out and told my dad. And my dad didn't say anything. He just sat there, and it was just like the most awful moment of my life. And but then, like, the next day after that, my mom told me that he had said that he was actually kind of excited to be a grandfather. He just didn't want me and Adam to have to go through the same struggles that they did having kids so young. So, and then of course everybody ended up loving Emery, like, because she's just awesome and everybody loves her. And especially since she's the grandbaby. She was the first grandbaby too out of our whole family on mine and my husband's side. And so by the time I got pregnant with Addie, me and Adam had got married for him to enlist in the army. And it was like a month after we started talking to recruiters, I got pregnant with Addie. So at that time I just went up to my dad and was like, "You love Emmy, right? Okay, well, we're having another one." So be prepared for it. It's a lot easier that way around. But, anyways, so whenever you go to talk to friends or family about being pregnant, you really have to consider how they're going to react to it, especially your parents, because I'm assuming 98% of teen mothers' parents aren't going to be happy that they're pregnant. But you also have to know whether you think your parents are gonna help support you, not necessarily financially, but physically and emotionally and mentally through your pregnancy. And my parents and the whole family were awesome about that. I lived with them. After I was about 9 months, me and Adam moved back in with my parents, and everybody helped me so much, and they were all so supportive. Adam went to every doctor's appointment, and my mom went to some, even Adam's mom went to some, and everybody was just so excited about it. And after watching, like Teen Mom on the TV and everything, I see how not everybody's parents are like that, obviously. Like, some parents just totally treat their daughter like crap. I mean, obviously you've made a mistake, but I mean, a child's not necessarily something you can just be done with. Even if you um, decide to go the adoption route, then you always have to live with that decision and deal with that. And if you were to decide to have an abortion, you have to live with that too. I mean, those are both really rough things to deal with the rest of your life. And which also about abortion, my opinion, I don't care what you have to say about it. I was raised that abortion is basically just not an option. It's just awful and horrible, and there's so many people out there who can support a child and can't have their own kids, that that's probably one of the only things they want in their life, is to be able to have and raise and love children. So for a person to be so selfish as to just not want to carry and birth that child is just beyond me. I don't understand it at all. But so go for adoption if you can't raise a baby, or if you're just gonna be a crappy mom. And anyways, back to telling your family. That's kind of a hard thing too. Like, if you go on Google and stuff and Google how to break the news to your family, you're going to come up with like all these things as if you were like 20, 30 something years old, and everybody's excited for you to have a baby by then. So it's like all these little goofy surprise things. But it's not like that. Whenever you're a teen mom, you like I said before, you have to kind of guess how your parents will react to it, and 90% of the time you're just going to have to suck it up and tell them. I mean, you can't really hide a pregnancy, and if you do, it's not going to be for a very long time, because you start showing pretty soon and everything. But you just have to sit down with your parents, or mom or dad or whoever it is, and explain to them that you realize what you've done, but you either want to go for adoption or whatever your choice may be, and talk it out with them and hope that they are supportive of you. Give them references too, like I'm trying to give websites and stuff like that for them to read up on it, how they can support you. And that's another thing too that is crazy to me, is how much parents don't support their kids. Like, they're just so mean to them, and they just don't understand the type of situations you get in sometimes. And but that's kind of all I can think of for now, is just to work it out with your family, and just be as honest as you can, and let them know that you're going to try to do everything you can to raise your baby and everything. And good luck, girls.